Jojalapa, Lasakusa, Beli Yanadi Tuna, Beli Yanadi Tuna. I said something, so can you guess what I said? Beli Yanadi Tuna. Saksita Lasukusa. Welcome you all. And I said something in Nepalbhasa. Beli Yanadi Tuna.
I think
Any guess what I said?
I heard this phrase. I think Beli means night. Night. Did you have a dinner? I think something like that.
Yes, correct. Okay, let's learn this. Okay. I'm writing it for the time being in Devanagari. So when we learn the Nepal Lipi, then we will be writing in Nepal Lipi. So Beli, Beli Yanadi Tuna, Beli Yanadi Tuna. So if you pronounce this in other language, let's say in Hindi or in Nepali, then you would have pronounced it like dhun, right? But in Nepal Bhasha, it is different. So what the different is the letter that comes after the last letter, whichever the consonant letter, the last letter in a word, the consonant letter is always pronounced fully. When you say dhun, the na is pronounced half, but in Nepal Bhasha, it is dhuna. Dhuna. Na is pronounced fully. So this is also one of the things that you must know, that in Nepal Bhasha, the consonant letter in the word, last consonant letter in the word is always pronounced fully. So that's why I said Beli Yana Di Duna. Beli Yana Di Duna. So if you have done your dinner, so this means, have you had your dinner? So if you have done your dinner, just simply say Duna. Yes, I have done. So if you do not have your dinner yet, then just simply say Madhuni. 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 So here also you see that I write this dhu or rasho. That means it's a short sound. Dhuna. Dhuna. I didn't say dhuna. I didn't say dhuna, or I didn't say dhun. I pronounced it in a short form, dhu, and then na, dhuna. And similarly here, I give the sinafuti, the sirbindu, in the dhu. So that's why I pronounced it madhuni, madhuni. Then this dhu becomes longer sound with the nasal sound. Longer nasal sound, madhuni. Ma is shortly pronounced and ni is shortly pronounced, while the dhu is long pronounced. Madhuni. So this is the basic of Nepal Bhasha, the pronunciation. So once again, Sakasita Lasukusa Jojalapa. Sakle Mafuji. I hope all of you are fine. So if you are fine, you can say Mafu. I told you yesterday, I am fine. Mafu means fine. And Mafu. Mafu means not fine. I'm not well or I'm not fine. This, okay. Please write down these things. So these are the basic conversation that we are going to learn each day, a sentence or some words. Okay. Then when Vishnu sir will take the class, then he will go on even more. Okay. So let's start from tomorrow's whatever we have learned. So as you have requested that we are going to do the pronunciation first before we starting the learning the consonant letters. So let's do the pronunciation. Shall I delete this? Have you written it? Okay, thank you. Subah. I'm sorry that I haven't checked your homework. I saw Resam sir's homework just now, and there need a little more correction, so that we will learn in our next class. So don't worry. Or or on on. A a a a. Hmm. Okay, let's do these letters first. We will come to O later. So let's start with okay, Jivan sir. Can
Yes,
you
sir. Yes, sir.
will you please try to pronounce it?
Okay, sir. I'll try. Um, a, a, a,
Yes, correct.
a, a,
Ah, only
Okay.
only
Ah,
a little shorter.
sure, sir.
Ah,
A, 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 e,
yes,
e, e,
yes.
e. I get confused in this e.
Nasal.
Nasal e.
Okay, nasal E, the short nasal sound.
E, e,
E,
e,
E,
e,
E. Yes.
e. Long
And
nasal sound. E.
yes, yes, yeah.
U, u,
Mm,
u,
mm,
u,
mm,
e,
mm,
u,
mm.
u,
Yes,
e,
yeah.
e,
A, A,
e,
A.
e,
No, no.
e.
This
Okay.
is listen. This, listen. A,
A,
A.
A, and the last one nasal sound is still of the confusion. And
Longer, longer,
longer.
longer.
And
Eh, eh,
and
eh, eh. So one thing I forgot to mention yesterday, that if you see this part where we put the Milafuti and the Sinafuti, you might have seen after EU, after EU, mostly in EU, you might have seen that we have put this Sinafuti and Milafuti in the short sound letter, not in the longer sound letter. So this means that this E, when given this Milafuti, gives the shortest nasal sound. So, and this E, when given the Sinafuti, then it gives the longer nasal sound. You don't need to write Sinafuti in the Dirga E or the longer sound E, because when you give the Sinafuti to this E, the shortest sound, it itself becomes a longer nasal sound. So you don't need to write Dirga E and give the Sinafuti. Okay. So similarly here also in U also, especially it is concerned with the E and U. That means the letter that comes, that has the sound of E and U, like ki, ku, similar ki, ku, gi, gu. So you must be very conscious that whenever you give the Sinafuti or Milafuti, you never give Sinafuti, Milafuti in the Dirga letter or the long sound letter. Make sure, so keep it in your mind. Always give the Sinafuti and Milafuti and Sinafuti in the short sound letter. So this applies in the our consonant letters also. That has the sound of E and U. Okay. So the vowels means not only the letters, actually the vowels is the sound also, and the vowels are the complete sound. Okay. So it cannot be pronounced in a half sound. Can you pronounce O in a half sound? You cannot do that, right? But when I said dhun, the no is pronounced slightly shorter than its fully pronounced sound. So no can be pronounced in a half sound, but you cannot pronounce O, A, I, U, A, O in a half sound. So that's why they are vowels, and these vowels are used to this when these vowels are combined with the consonant letters, then the consonant letters are fully pronounced. Only then the consonant letters are fully pronounced. So, okay. So next, Anurup sir, will you try? Subha, Jivan sir, Subha,
Sure, sir.
please.
Sorry.
Yes.
A,
Uh-huh.
a,
No, no.
a,
You have pronounced, excuse me, you have pronounced the same sound, this and this. It's different. This is certainly pronounced just a. A. And this is a. Yes. This is a. A little more longer.
a,
So it is kind of a thing when you feed a child, when you feed the child, you say to the child to open his or her mouth. You have foods on your spoon, and then so you just take it to the child's mouth and say So this is the sound. Okay, certainly pronounced. Okay. And this is the longer sound.
Ah.
Ah,
Ah.
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 Yes, yes. A little more nasal. Ah,
Ah.
yes, yes. So similarly here, please do it.
E.
E, E,
E.
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 Yes.
E.
Mm.
E.
E. Yes.
E.
No. Yeah, yeah.
E.
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 E. Yes, correct.
E.
Okay. Similarly,
O. U.
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 U. Ah,
U.
yes.
Um.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
E.
A. Yes, correct.
E.
A. Yes.
E.
Yeah, correct.
E.
Yes, correct. Okay, Subha. Subha Anurup sir. Is it hard?
No,
Do you
sir.
think? No.
Not yet.
So, no, what I mean is because it might seems a little hard for those who doesn't speak Nepali or Hindi, because in Nepali and Hindi language these sounds are there, so that's why it is easy. But for the other language people it might seems hard, so that's why I'm asking. Okay, next, Arya ma'am. Arya ma'am, please. Yes. A little nasal, little nasal. I can hear this sound has this the same like this, not the nasal. So no. Okay, this is o. Okay, listen to me. Okay, o, 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 and this on, on, on. Please say yes, yes, correct. Yes, on, yes, correct. And this is on, on. So like I said yesterday, that when these sounds are different, the meaning is different. So let's give some example here. Okay, this on. So when you are saying something and I'm listening and I am getting your whatever you are saying, then I just say on, yes, 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 on. So we used to do that, right? We used to do that. So this is the sound and this means in Nepalbhasa the mango, the mango. So this is the different, the meaning and the expressions are different. Okay, Arya ma'am, next. Similarly, you go just similar way. Don't worry, just try it similar way. Yes, yes, correct. Yes, good. Okay. Yes. Yes. A little more nasal. Yes. Yes. Okay. Next. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, correct. Yes. Nasal. Yeah, correct. Okay. Suba. Suba. Okay. Next. Nandita ma'am.
Okay. It is all right.
Yes.
First one. Oh.
Yes. No.
Oh.
A little longer sound.
Okay. Oh. Oh. Is it correct?
Yes. Yes,
Oh.
yes.
Oh.
No,
Oh.
it seems that you are pronouncing, no, no, it seems that you are pronouncing the same sound. Not the, I cannot hear the nasal sound.
Okay. Okay.
Excuse me.
I'll try.
Okay, try it
Oh.
with the nasal sound.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
oh,
Oh.
oh,
Oh my
yes.
God.
Oh,
Oh.
oh my
Oh.
God. Oh,
Oh.
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 And similarly, yes.
Next one is ah.
Excuse me. Yeah, yes,
Ah.
correct.
Ah. Ah. Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
A nasal sound.
Ah.
Nasal sound.
Okay. How do you
No,
pronounce?
I cannot hear the exact nasal.
Can you tell me once?
Ah,
Ah.
ah, ah,
Ah. Ah.
ah, ah.
Ah.
When you say you mango,
Mm.
how do you pronounce? Kaha, kaha, ha. So when you say ha, when you say so
Ah.
in Hindi also
Ah.
ha.
Ah. Ah.
So
Ah.
that's the sound. That's the sound needed, the nasal sound, and it can be pronounced in shorter and the longer way. Just do that.
Ah. Ah.
Yes.
Ah. Is it correct?
Yes.
Ah.
Yes, correct.
Ah.
Okay,
Ah.
similarly.
What
Yeah,
is
now
that?
it's correct.
A. No, what is
This
that?
E,
E.
E,
E.
E. Yeah.
E. 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 Is it correct? No.
No. A nasal sound, lack of nasal sound, just. So, how do you make the nasal sound? When you pronounce this letter or this sound, what you do is the air that comes out from your mouth and from your nose, all you need to do is close your nose, and when you pronounce it, then it becomes the nasal sound. E, e,
E. E.
e.
E.
Yes, e.
E. E.
Yes, and
E.
e, e,
E.
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 Or you can do it like this also. E, 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 e. To get the sound. I mean, how it sounds to to know how it is sound. You can practice with this also. E,
E.
e,
E.
e. Yes. Okay.
What is
Now,
the next one? How do you pronounce that?
ooh,
Ooh.
ooh,
Ooh.
ooh.
Ooh. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the next one
Yes.
is ooh.
Nasal. So,
Mm.
ooh,
Mm.
ooh.
Mm.
Okay. So let's. Okay, I have a pain on my stomach. Okay, and I have a pain. So what I do is. So that's the sound.
Mm.
This is the shortest nasal sound. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
And when you can't bear your pain, so then what you do is so
Mm.
this is how you pronounce it, right? Yes.
Mm.
Mm,
Mm.
mm,
Okay.
mm. Similarly, this,
That is A.
yes, A.
A. A.
Mm, mm.
A. A.
Yes,
A.
nasal.
A.
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 Yes.
A.
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 Yes. Okay. I need a little more practice. Okay. But you have understood how it is to pronounce it.
Yeah, I
Is there
understood,
any
but
confusion?
to get the sound is very difficult for me.
No, you
That's
you will get
nasal.
that. Don't worry. Yeah. Today is the first class. I mean, for the pronunciation, you will be learning slowly. Don't worry. So next, Kripa ma'am, please. Subha, Nandita ma'am, yata Subha. Kripa ma'am.
O, O,
Mm,
O, O.
yes.
A, A, A.
No,
E,
no, I didn't get that.
E.
I didn't get that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Let's do it once again for the A.
A, A, A. Sorry. I think these are so nice.
No, no. Listen. A,
Ah,
A,
ah,
A, A,
ah,
A, A,
ah,
A,
ah,
A,
ah,
A.
ah,
Like I said,
ah.
you already bought the mango, right? So when you pronounced or when you said kaha, so that's the nasal sound. That's the nasal sound we need. But mm, I mean, that's how you pronounce it. So just speak kaha, kaha.
Kaha.
So when you said ha, what happens within your inside your mouth or inside your this part? Kaha. So how your sound comes out?
Right.
So you already block. I hope that you already block the nostrils, the sound from the nostrils. Did you?
Yeah.
Kaha.
Wow. Right.
So that's how it is pronounced. What I mean is when you want to make this nasal sound, all you need to do is the block your nostril.
Okay.
Yes, just use it on. Just right now, just use it on. That's the nasal sound.
Right.
Unknowingly, we have been pronouncing that unknowingly, but when so when we are going to learn, then you are just confused. So don't get confused. It's just simple. We have been pronouncing these words or these sounds several times. Okay. Now let's do it again.
Ah, ah, ah,
Mhm.
ah.
Yes. Now.
E, E,
Mhm.
E,
Longer.
E,
Yes. Uh-huh.
E.
Uh-huh. Nasal sound.
E, E,
E. Yes. E.
E,
E.
E, E.
Yes. And similarly.
U,
Uh-huh.
U,
Yes.
U,
Yeah, correct.
U,
A little more nasal. Yes.
U.
Yeah.
E,
A.
E,
Mm.
E,
E.
E,
E.
E.
And this. E. Right. Okay. Subha Kripa ma'am. Okay. Practice it. That, as I said just now, that we have been pronouncing these sounds several times a day, whether you speak English or Nepali or any other language, there might be some nasal sounds. So all you need to know is how it is longer pronounced and how it is shorter pronounced. That's all. Okay. Now, Resam sir, it's your turn.
O, O,
Yes.
O,
Oh. Oh.
O.
Yes. Not too long.
Oh.
Not too long.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
O, O,
Yes.
A,
No, no, no.
A. This
No,
one.
no. This nasal sound.
O, O, O.
Uh,
O.
this should be pronounced nasal sound with cert. and it should be a longer nasal sound.
Oh.
Yes, yes, it's correct now. Okay. Hmm. Yes, correct. Ah. No, nasal sound, please. Say kaha.
Kaha.
Ha, 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 ha. You know Hindi, right?
ठीक है sound.
Ha, 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 ha. When you say ha, ha. You know Hindi? Ha. You know Hindi? Ha. Ha. So ha, and
Hello.
And this I muted or what? No, this E. Long E. No. This sound E. And longer yes. Similarly longer yes. Yes. Okay. Super. Risham sir, need little more practice. Just practice it. Okay. So similarly, we pronounce the O also in a similar way. Let me write it here. Actually, this, I already told you that this letter is used to write the words for the other language, not in the Nepalbhasa. It is the longer sound in other language. So though it can be pronounced shorter also. For the longer sound, what we can pronounce it as this. It itself is the longer sound, and it has the nasal short sound. On and on. So you don't need to write this here, actually. You don't need to write here because it is already a longer sound in the other language. I mean, so that's why if it is a shorter sound, if we pronounce it in a shorter sound, then it should be pronounced O. O. Then O. O. And similarly, O and O. But don't worry, these sounds are not in Nepalbhasa, but it is used in the other language words. And if you know the other language words, then you can easily pronounce it. So don't worry about the pronunciation of this. Okay. So is there anything that, any confusion, any remains? Is there anything that you want to know about the pronunciation and all those things? So that's fine. Then we are going to learn the then consonant letters. Okay. So consonant letters are known as ba'aka. Ba'aka. Actually, consonants are the sound which has the vowel in it. Okay, so when ko, this is halfly pronounced, right? Ka, is it? So when o is added, I'm writing this in Devanagari and I'm writing this in Nepal Lipi. When o is added, then it becomes fully sound ko. So the complete sound of ko has the o sound, the o vowel sound. So how this ko is written in Nepal Lipi then? How this ko is written in Nepal Lipi? It is written like this. First, I have divided your copy line into 5 parts. The 0%, 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100%. So what you do is first you draw a line from top to bottom. Draw a straight line. Draw a straight line from top to bottom. Then it is different to that of Devanagari. Have a look here, how it is different to that of Devanagari, though it seems very much closer to it. So what you do is just below the, in between the 50% and 75% area. So what you do is you draw this kind of shape, slightly bending downward, and then it goes up to this 25% line, okay? This shape, but it should be in a single stroke. It should be in a single stroke. You must start it from here. You must start it from here. So how you do is go to 25% and then go towards the other side of this straight line and then bring it down to the bottom line. Bring it down to the bottom line. Okay, this is ko. So how it is written, let me show you once again. This is ko. So what is the difference between the Devanagari ko and the Nepal Lipi ko? Is when you write Devanagari, write Devanagari ko, then you start from at the top of the this line, and you come down and then go up, and then you write the other this thing at the other side of this straight line from the bottom of this part. Okay, but here this part is written from the upper part of the letter. You see? One second, let me write it. Ko. So in Devanagari, This part comes from here, from the bottom part, but in Nepal Lipi, it comes from the upper part. So this is the difference. And I'm giving some sign here to remember again and again. I'm giving this ko, this sign. So this is the letter, and this part is known as la. This part is known as la. And this letter is known as la dugu akha. Akha means letter. La dugu akha. So this letter is known as la dugu akha. This part is known as la. So this letter is known as la dugu akha. The letter having la. The letter having la. It is neither la nor ha. It's la. So why I am indicating this sign? Because there are other letters also which has the la. So whenever the letters having this la comes, then we will give this sign to remember it. Okay. So let me write ko once again. Okay. Now, when you write ko, just make sure that the space between from this part to this part and this part to this part is equal. To make your writing beautiful, I mean, this is also ko. No one would say that this is not ko. And this is also ko. But which one do you think is beautiful? So this is what you considered in your writing. Okay. So this is ko. Is there any confusion?
So can you explain
So,
that
and
la duga akha what
la, okay.
la duga?
Okay. So la dugu akha. La dugu akha. So this part of ko is known as la. Okay. So la dugu akha means the letters having la. The letter having la. Akha means the letter. Akha means the letter, and la means this part. So la dugu akha means the letter having la.
Okay.
So, and to remember this thing, we have given this sign, this kind of sign, because there are other letters also which has la. That's why whenever we are going to write the other la dugu akha, then we will give this sign, because it is very important. It is very important that this la and the other things should be considered or should remember, always remember, because when you after you learning these all alphabets, I mean the Shwar Varna, Vyanjan Varna, like consonant and vowels and all those things, when you learn the compound letters or the combined letters, there it is very important that it gives the character, another kind of character. This la gives the another kind of character. When you combine, when you make the combined letters, or let's say compound letters, when you join the two letters, so then it has some characters. So that's why we must remember these things. That's why I give this sign, the lha dugo apa. For each and every lha dugo apa, we will give this kind of sign to remember it. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now, is there any confusion with the writing ko? So what you must understand is how it is different from the Devanagari ko is, first you draw the line from top to bottom, and then at the just below the 50% line, you just give this kind of shape, and then this should be in a single stroke. And then you go up to 25% line, and then you go to the other part of this line, straight line, and then comes down. Okay, so when you come down, make sure that the space between this part is equal. Like I said, it is also ka, but which one do you think is better? I hope you will choose this. So try to write it like this. I mean, make sure that it is all proportionally written. Okay, is there any confusion? Okay, now let's move to the other letter, and that is what comes after ka. Everybody knows we are following somehow the Devanagari script. So what comes after ka? You know, it's ka. Okay, ka. So it is very similar to Devanagari, so you don't need to worry about this. So this is your 50% line. So what you do is, we have learned this kind of stroke, right? This kind of stroke, then give us this. And it is quite similar to Devanagari, but here what we do is, we write this part like in Devanagari, and then we draw another line just behind, giving a little more space. And then when we give this part, it is slightly bending downwards. It is better that if you do slightly bending downwards. So this is ka. And you give the mo. Mo means the dika. Okay. So let me write it once again. Ka. Okay, here also, so it is quite similar to Devanagari, so that's why you don't need to worry. This part is actually the front part of this ka. So this is ka. It should be at the same line. So this is ka. And we are also giving us another sign to remember this letter. Okay. And we will give this as this sign. Let's give this sign. Let me write it once again. Ka. So why I give this sign to this letter? So this is also a very important thing to remember. So the ka has two lines touching at the mo. Two lines touching at the mo. One is this part touching at the mo, and another is this part touching at the mo. So this is to be also considered in your memory, that because this is also very important when you combine the letters. These two lines, the letters having two lines touching at the mo gives the different kind of characters. Okay, that's why we must remember this thing also. There are other letters also which has the two lines touching at the mo. So that's why we say this as the, in Nepalbhasa, what we say is ni tholang mole ni tholang mole thiugu akha. This is ni tholang mole thiugu akha. Is it clearly? Is it clear? Yes. Yeah. Okay. So you see now, ni tholang mole thiugu akha. 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 Kha is pronounced longer. Akha. Akha. See, I didn't pronounce akha. I didn't pronounce a long sound. Just akha. Akha. And ni tholang. And here also, if you hear my voice, I said ni tholang. Ni tholang. Do. It's a kind of O sound, right? But I didn't use this do. I didn't use this do because, as I have already told you, this is used for the other language words, but in Nepalbhasa, it is used, it could be the same sound, but we write it in this way. Ni tholang. Tha is combined with wo. Tha is combined with wo. Similarly, mole, 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 mo. I didn't write mo like this, but instead I write this. Mo is combined with o. Mo is combined with wo, and this gives the mo, the sound mo. Slightly different, but it's the same sound. And here also, tugu, tugu. This is longer pronounced, and this is shorter pronounced. Tugu, tugu. So this is how it is different, where the long sound, the short sound should be very much considered and must remember well. Okay. So this means nidhola mole thuga akha. Molo means mo, or molo means this part. Mo or molo. This is known as molo also. Mo or molo means this dika. And nidhola means these two lines. These two lines. Nidhola mole thuga akha. That means this is the letter having two lines touching at the mo. This is the letter having two lines touching at the mo. So now you can write the kha also. So is there anything, any confusion Kho is easy, right? All you have to do is remember that it has the two lines touching at the mo, and when you are going to write the ko, just remember that it has the la. Okay. Now let's write the another letter, that is go. What comes after ko? It's go. Anurup sir, you do also know the Devanagari script, right?
Yes, sir, a bit.
So
Not very good.
then if I go following the Devanagari script, though you won't get confused.
Up until now, no confusion, but in future, if there's something.
Okay. Okay. So this is go. Now how the go is written, have a look. So what you do is you give this stroke first, a little more down. I mean, not up to 75%, but little more than 50%. Not up to 75%, but in between the 50% and 75%, you just give this kind of stroke. And then what you do is, it needs slightly curved, right? It needs slightly curved, not like the straight in Devanagari, a slightly curved. And then what you do is, so this is your copy line, right? Upper part of your copy line. So you just draw a slightly this kind of shape, slightly this kind of shape, a little like this, but not too far, not too far up, or I mean, you must be in the line, and then you draw the straight line down. This is go. This is go. Let me write it once again. First, you do write this, and then this is go. Don't go too high. I mean, if this is your copy line, when you give this part, when you write this part, don't go too high. I mean, not like this. Just stick at your copy line a little, just a little more high. I mean, not too much high, just this kind. And then come the straight down. Straight down. Down up to the lower line. So this is go. Once again, let me write it. This is go. And here also we will going to give us another sign. An asterisk kind of sign. For the go, letter go. And if you see this go, you will somehow confused why it is not written the mo. So this is the mo less akha, mo less letter. That means it is known as mo madugo akha. Mo Madugu, Madugu Aka. Mo Madugu Aka. I told you when we learn the vowel, there is a which doesn't have mo. So similarly, go is the another letter which doesn't have mo. Though it seems it has something like this here, but it is not mo. It is not mo. So this is the mo less apa. That means dika less apa. Apa means the letter. Dika less letter. Okay. And there are other letters which do not have the mo. So that's why we give this sign to remember those letters also. So whenever we are going to learn another letter, so we will see whether it has the la, whether it is touching the two lines at the mo, or whether it does not have the mo. So that's what we will see, and we will just indicate with these signs to remember those letters in future. Okay. So is there any confusion with the ga? Okay. Then now we have three kinds of letter. That is, one is with the la dugu aha. The la means the hand. La means the hand. This hand is known as la. Okay. So one is the la dugu aha, means the letters having hand. Okay. Ko is the example. And another is this kha, which is having two lines touching at the mo, touching at the dika, or the touching at the upper part of your copy line. Okay. So this is the first line and this is the second line. So similarly, go is the another letter that doesn't have mo. That is the mo less apa. Mo means the dika less apa. So that's why we give these signs. And now we have three kinds of letters, and those things you must keep it in your mind. Okay. Shall I delete it? Okay. Okay, let me delete here. Now after ga, what comes? After ga, the kha comes. So this is quite similar to Devanagari. This is quite similar to Devanagari, but you must make sure that it should be written properly. So how you do is, quite similar to Devanagari, right? It is quite similar to Devanagari. So when you write ka, make sure that this part and this part is of equal size. This part and this part is of equal size, and it is slightly going upwards to join the line, straight line coming down from the top. Okay. Make sure that it's slightly, just not like this. I mean, not like this too much, but slightly. Slightly, and make sure this part and this part is almost equal. Almost equal. Okay. Now, this is also the letter having two lines touching at the mo. One is this part and another is this part. One is this part, the another is this part. So this we write it with the sign, this, to remember. We give this sign to the two lines touching at the mo, right? For the letters. Okay. So that's why we give this sign to the kha. Let me write it once again. Kha. Okay. Any confusion up to here? No. Okay. Then, and what comes after kha? So you all know it's ngo. It's ngo, and this is pronounced in a nasal sound. Ngo, ngo, and it is very different to that of the Devanagari. So all you need to do is, we learn this stroke, right? Do you remember we learned this stroke? Yeah, okay. So what you do is, and then just go up, and then this is mo. Let me write it once again. This is mo. And so when you write this, so make sure this circle, and if we assume this is another circle, if we assume this as another circle, then it should be equal. It should be equal. And another thing is, it should lies at this point, and this point should at the straight line. I mean, it is quite, this is also ngo, but it is better that you should write like this. So every single line, every letters that has the single line touching at the mo, we are not going to mention anything, okay? Because you already understood that ko has the single line touching at the mo, and similarly, ngo has the single line touching at the mo. We are not going to give any sign for those letters, okay? And go, though it is regarded, though it is the mo modugo akha, though it is the mo less akha or letter, it is still regarded as the single line touching at the mo. That comes when you combine, when you make the compound letters or the combined letters. That's where its character, whether it is touching at the single line at the mo or double line touching at the mo, then there it shows. Okay, ngo, is it any difficult for writing this letter? Okay. So we have learned ka, kha, ga, kha, nga, the first 5 letters of the consonant, as in Devanagari or in Nepalbhasa also. But now on, we are going to learn the Nepal Lipi in a little different way. Yes, we are, of course, we follow the Devanagari script as you learn, but we are going a little too far from the Devanagari script. I mean, the following the sequence of Devanagari script. What I mean is, so that is how you have learned, right? But instead of learning like that, we follow the continuation of the Varna. I mean the Ka Varna, Ka Varna, Cha Varna, Ta Varna, Ta Varna. So what comes after Ta? It's Ta, Tha, Da, Tha, Na. But here, what we do is we little change. We will change a little to learn the Nepal Lipi. What I mean is we are going to learn first the letters that are used in the Nepalbhasa first. And then we will be learning those letters which are used to write the words for the other language. So here comes the first letter. These are all in Nepal Bhasha words also. These are all used in Nepal Bhasha. And here comes the another used in Nepal Bhasha. So after Ngo, we have another letter. Everybody knows that whoever you have learned in Devanagari, everybody knows that after Ngo, there comes Tsa. But here, after Ngo, here comes this letter, this sound, Ngo, Ngo. This sound, a little bit nasal sound. It is neither Ngo nor Ha, but it's just in between Nga, Nga. Okay, so how this letter is written? So what you do is, first you, okay, this is your 50% line. First you, this shape, you go this shape, and then again you draw this shape. So, and at the lower part, what you do is, at the lower part, you write this Ngo. At the lower part, you write this Ngo, and after that, you give something like this here, something like this here, and then give more. Let me write it once again. Please have a look here first. Have a look here first. What you do is, first you write this kind of shape, and from here, again, you go like the same shape, but this time you first write this letter here, and then after that, you just give something like this, and then give more. So this is Ma, this is Ma, and this is La, actually. This is La, so this is La Dugo Akha. So for La Dugo Akha, what sign did we give? We gave this sign, right? For La Dugo Akha, we give this sign. So this is La Dugo Akha. So that means what you need to do is, first you write this, then this, Jo, then give La, and then give more. So this is La Dugo Akha. This is La Dugo Akha. And it is pronounced no, no, no. Do you have this kind of pronunciation in your language? No. I think there might be, but it's very rare in Nepali. I haven't heard so far. Not in Hindi also, but in Nepalbhasa, this sound is pronounced. That's why now we are not only learning the script, but we are following the language also and the sound of the language, and for that we are learning this sound for this script that denotes the sound also. Okay, so this is the mo. Okay, I think today we must conclude at this part, because if I go too far, then you will get more confused. Okay, so now up to here, if you have any questions, please.
Sir, can we do pronunciation of
Yes.
these 5 letters?
Which letters?
The current
This?
consonant letters, yes.
This one, the mo, mo, mo. So how the sound comes? It comes from the this part, no, no, no. It is a nasal sound because it has the no. It has the no in the letter in this sound, and it is the sound with the I don't know how to say it, but it comes from this part, no, no. When you pronounce ka, where does the sound come from? It's from here, right? When you pronounce ka, it only comes from your mouth, ka. But when you pronounce ka, it comes from this part, right? Ka, ka, ka. The ka and ka comes from the only the mouth part. But when you pronounce ka, ka, ga, ga from this part, right? Ka from this part. Similarly, this sound also comes from this part, nga, nga. Will you try it? Please try it. Nga.
No, no, no.
Oh,
Gha.
yes, yes.
Gha.
No, 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 no,
No, no,
nga,
no.
Gha.
nga, nga. No, 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 ka. No, ka. It's not ka.
No,
It's nga, nga,
no,
nga,
no,
nga. Yes, it's
no.
nga. I don't know. Is there any word in English or in?
Like, can you use the singha? Singha sounds so much similar.
Singha, singha. It's singha. Actually, when we write, it's singha. But when we pronounce it simha, ma, it's simha. But it's not ma, it's ma, ma, ma. So you can pronounce this sound, right? Nga. You can pronounce this sound, nga, nga. So now what you do is, when you pronounce this sound, nga, the sound only comes from your mouth, and your nostrils are closed, and the sound comes from your mouth, nga, because it is the nasal sound word, a nasal sound letter. So that's why you pronounce it nga. But when you do this pronunciation, all you need to do is, the nasal sound is already there, but now a little bit of the hoarse sound, I mean a little bit of heavy sound, that should come out from here. Ma, ma, ma. Okay, don't worry. We will do that again and again, and And we will learn the text, and there you see, and you will come to know. Actually, and we might not be using this sound in our texts when we learn the Nepal Bhasha, because this sound mostly used in the dialect of the Nepal Bhasha that is spoken in the Bhaktapur area. So these sounds are not most pronounced in the Kathmandu and some other parts, but it is the sound mostly pronounced in the Bhaktapur and the other parts of the Nepal. Other parts of the Nepal means where the Newar people's living. Okay, so but we are learning the Nepal Bhasha in a Kathmandu-based language. That's why it rarely comes in our text, so you don't have to worry. Oh, my light has gone. Okay. Yeah. I have the video light over there, but it's turned off, battery off, I think. Okay, so these are the things that we learned for the consonant letters, and we have learned 6 consonant letters today: ka, kha, ga, gha, nga, nga. Okay, these all are pronounced in a shorter sound: ka, kha, ga, gha, nga, nga. Okay, and each and every sound has the same kind of variations, like the longer sound, like the nasal long sound, nasal short sound. So it's each and every. That what I mean is ka, ka, kon, kon, kha, kha, khon, khon, ga, 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 gon, gon, gha, gha, gon, gon, ngo, ngo. No, no, because no is already a nasal sound words. That's why you don't need to add milafuti or sinafuti, because all you need to do is just pronounce it in a longer way. But even if it is needed, you can do that also. And the no is also the no, 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 no. That's how you pronounce it. Okay. This was for today. So if you have any questions, please.
So not a question, but this since the sound is so
Yes.
difficult, can you is there any link or a YouTube link or to some videos which has these kinds of pronunciations, so that we can practice?
No, unfortunately, sorry. Unfortunately, we do not have that kind so far. So we are on, we are on making this kind of things, but it is not completed yet. But we are not making the sound for each and every letter, but our friends are making the, they are pronunciating the sentences, the words, how to pronounce those words, how to pronounce the sentences, how to speak. So they are doing that also, but unfortunately not for the each and every letter. No, you don't have to worry about this, because once you learn the Nepal Bhasha, once you go with us learning Nepal Bhasha, you will easily come to know how to pronounce it, because it is the language that when you hear from your parents, or how we learn, how we learn the language, whatever your mother has taught or your family speaks, how we learn. We never go through that this is pronounced like this, this is pronounced like this, this is pronounced like this. We never go through that, but we just hear it, and we unknowingly we give the same sound. So
Yeah.
this is how we are learning. So don't worry. You might make mistake, but we are here to correct you, so you don't have to worry. Okay, any other questions or any other things?
So far, it's clear.
So far, it's clear. Okay. Now, I'm sorry to say that I couldn't check your homework today, but I will do that. And I hope that you will send this also as a homework, and send it to me. And before we leave the class, may I have a look at whatever you have written today, so that if there is any mistake, maybe I could make corrections. Okay. Okay, Kripa ma'am. Kripa ma'am. How I? Yeah. Go. Kripa ma'am, I can't see a go and no. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. I need little corrections. Okay. Then who is Nandita ma'am? Ko, and little more down. Yes, go. Yeah, go and go. Yeah, no. Yeah. And no. Yes. It's okay. It's okay. Area ma'am. Go. Yes, go and show me the go. Go. And go, no, yes, no, and no. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, fine. And Honorable sir, go. Yeah, need little correction in core. I will show that. Call, the little down. Go, yes, go is fine. And more little down. Go, yes, go is also fine. And no, yeah, no is also fine. And no. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Jivan sir. Jivan sir. Ko, yes, ko, fine, go, and no, yes, no. Yeah, all are fine. Okay, Resam sir.
Sir, my
Can I
webcam
see?
isn't working. I'll get it fixed
Okay.
by tomorrow, sir.
Okay. Anurup sir, a slightly correction needed. As I see yours, not only Anurup sir, but others also, a slightly correction needed, because Anurup sir has written ko little like this.
True, I understand.
What I mean to say, no. What I mean to say is, it must have a space. It must have a little more space. But if you see your writing, then there is a very little space. I mean, maybe this kind. So it is better that if you could make a little more space, okay? And the kha is fine. Kha is like this. Ga is fine for all. Ga and kha is also, yes. No, this is not okay. This is not okay. So what I mean is, when you draw this, first you go like this, and just at this point, then you go up to 50%, and then you make a circle here. This should come at the center. It is better if you could make it at the center. And if you draw a circle around here, then this and this part should be looked same size. So, and similarly, mo also, what you keep it in your mind, that it shouldn't go too far. This la shouldn't go too far. Just very close to the letter. I mean, not like this. Not like this. Not like this. This is too far. So it's just close to the letter, the bottom letter. Okay. Okay, these are the things I saw some correction needed. So otherwise, all is very fine. So Subha, thank you, Subha. Thongyata Subha, Thongyata Tulie. Thongyata Tulie. Let's learn this also.
Thoyata.
No, I will write down. Thongyata. Thongyata. Tulie. Thongyata Tulie. This is much for today. Thongyata Tulie. This is much for today. Okay. Thongyata Tulie, Subha, Jojalapa, Subha,
Yoki yoki Subha.
bye bye.
Subha.
Yoko Yoko Subha, Yoko Yoko Subha. Subha.
Subha.
So tomorrow we will learn another sentence. Okay.
Thank you.
Subha. Bye bye.
Bye.
Subha.
Nanti Jojalapa.
Student
Mo wala ka. Aweka